All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're doing something pretty unique. We have the official brand Bible for a brand new IP called Wotan, the Overman. And we're going to deconstruct this entire universe using the secret rulebook its own creators have to follow. And it all kicks off with this single mind-bending question. This is the official hook, and wow, it's a heavy one. This isn't about spaceships or magic wands, it's about ideas. Ideas so potent that if they could actually walk and breathe, they could shatter our reality. So that's our goal for this explainer. We are going to dig into the core DNA of Wotan the Overman. We're talking the foundational rules, the central conflicts, and the absolutely terrifying main character, all pulled straight from the source code of this new world. Okay, first things first. You have to understand that the entire frame for this universe isn't a story in the typical sense. It's a bet, a great cosmic wager. And this wager defines literally everything that happens. It's the very architecture of reality here. And don't even think about planets or galaxies. The arena for this whole thing is described as an abstract existential arena. Just try to picture that, a metaphysical battleground where a philosophical debate has more destructive power than a star-going supernova. So who's making this epic bet? Well, on one side, you've got the all-will. Now, this isn't a god. Think of it more as the raw, amoral engine of existence itself, the famous will to power. Visually, it's this vast, impossible, shifting geometry of pure energy. And betting against it? Mephistopheles. But forget the horns and tail. This guy is a slick, cynical figure in a business suit, and his entire bet is that deep down, humanity is just weak. And here are the stakes. It's pretty simple, really. The all-will bets that if you give a human ultimate power, they'll embrace what it calls a terrible freedom and forge their own meaning. But Mephistopheles? He says no way. He claims that same human will eventually break and just beg for the sweet oblivion of human comfort, proving we always pick the easy lie over the hard truth. So, who's the guinea pig in this cosmic experiment? Well, it's none other than the 19th century philosopher himself, Friedrich Nietzsche. And this is just a brilliant choice. The subject isn't some super soldier. He's a frail academic, physically sick, but his mind is an absolute war zone. The Bible actually calls him a Faust of the mind, someone whose internal battle is so intense it's like the first flicker of divine frenzy. So how does the change happen? It's this incredible collision of human arrogance and cosmic reality. See, humanity tries to build a superweapon, right? But they have no idea what they're actually messing with. It's Nietzsche's own internal will to power that hijacks their whole experiment. It gets unlocked by this meta-trigger word, chemota, which is a great little Easter egg for comic fans. And just like that, Wotan is born. But the being that comes out the other side, he isn't a hero. He's not here to save anybody. He's something completely new. And according to this guide, something utterly terrifying. So that brings us to the big question. What is the Overman? And this is the most important takeaway. Wotan is not a person. He is literally a philosophical idea that has been given a body and unimaginable power. He's an argument with fists. The official term is the Übermensch, or the Overman. This is a being that has totally transcended the human condition. You know, our ideas of good and evil, they mean nothing to him. He creates his own values from zero. His purpose isn't to save us, it's to leave us behind. Now, to really help wrap our heads around this, the creators have this fantastic parable. They say, imagine a mountain, a huge, permanent feature of the landscape that you've known your whole life, suddenly just wakes up and starts to walk. And there it is. That's the key to Wotan's horror. He's not evil. That walking mountain doesn't hate the little villages in its path, but just by existing, just by taking a single step, its sheer scale crushes their entire world. And it does it without any malice at all. That is Wotan's effect on humanity. And all of this is powered by the central philosophical engine of the whole IP. It's a clash between two moralities. You've got what Nietzsche called slave morality, our morality, which is based on things like pity and safety born from weakness. And then you have master morality, Wotan's system, where you create your own values based on nothing but your own strength and will to power. When you put all this together, you end up with a very, very specific genre. I mean, yeah, there's a being with superpowers, but make no mistake, this is not a superhero story. It is 100% a horror story. The official genre is labeled cosmic horror meets existential superhero. The story isn't about belonging, it's about becoming. The dread doesn't come from some monster trying to kill you. It comes from looking at Wotan's absolute freedom and realizing, with a chill, just how tiny and fragile our own world really is. And to make sure everyone stays on the same page, the Bible lays out these four tonal pillars. Everything has to be philosophical. Every fight is part of that cosmic wager. It has to be intense, like a world-shattering revelation, not some quiet debate. It has to feel isolated, capturing Wotan's incredible crushing loneliness. And most of all, it has to be terrifying, the kind of terror you feel when you meet something that our morals just don't apply to. Which leaves us with the final, haunting question that this entire universe is really built to ask. This is the existential nightmare at the heart of Wotan. When you've surpassed everything and everyone, when you are totally and completely free, are you really free? Or have you just trapped yourself in a new and much lonelier kind of cage?